How's everybody doing? This is Kyle here from KyleKraft. Welcome in. Today we're getting back to KyleKraft block by block tutorials. That's right, back on this channel is house and building tutorials. Here to give you inspiration, ideas, and a specific house or building that you're looking for. We're kicking it off with this small starting survival house. But before we jump into it, I want to quickly walk you through my plan for these tutorial videos. I've been working on and developing them into what I feel is the best video, and so I want to quickly share with you that plan. My goal is to have the first chunk of the video entertaining and fun to watch. So those who just want some ideas, some inspiration, and to see the build can do so in an efficient way, and then can go ahead and click off if they're not looking for the block by block tutorial, which will then occur in the second chunk of the video. So it'll go like this. We'll start off with the intro. I'll say what's up, tell you what we're building, of course, and then do a quick, nice overview of the house we're building. Highlight some key points and details I think you might like to both give you some ideas and inspiration for your own builds, or to give you further reason to build this particular house. For those who have followed the channel for a while, you'll know of these as Minecraft listings. Yes, they're back and integrated into one tutorial type video. More efficient, better to watch, and good for all of us. Next up, if it's a Patreon specific house, I'll be thanking my Patreon and plugging their name on the mailbox. Now, because this is the first tutorial video, sort of like an intro, I'll just plug myself for now. And future houses that are Patreon specific will have their name there. Give me a chance to thank them. For those of you who don't know, I'm on Patreon. One of the perks is that I'll build you a house on my big island project, as well as do a video tutorial on it, so you're always ingrained into the channel and this epic island project. Now, there's other even further boosted rewards you can check out on the Patreon page, but you should consider becoming a Patreon, because Patreons get exclusive access to this world and server, and check out all the building I do for the KyleKraft channel and off screen. See, I love architecture. I'm always building. Not every build I do makes sense to make a video on a tutorial. Patreons will be able to come on this world, see me build, and check out all the different builds I got going on. It's the ultimate behind the scenes, and it's going to be even more fun as we progress through the summer. So don't miss out. I'm not sure I explained that well enough in the past, so I wanted to real quick here. And I'll give you more information if I missed it as we move forward. But yes, all these builds will be compiled into my big island project, Crafty Island. And from there, I'll be doing tutorials like this one right here. My philosophy as of now is I want to teach and inspire you how to create your own Minecraft house design. And I feel the best way to do that is through experience. By building these particular houses, you'll learn and see techniques that will improve your own building. And while building it together in the block by block tutorial, I'll provide you with insights and my thoughts on why I built it that way. So after the intro, the listings overview, and the Patreon, we'll move right into the block by block tutorial, which we have now arrived at. So I'd say it's about time to get started on the tutorial. One thing I will mention right away is I plan on listing the blocks you'll need for each build. I always used to do that in the past. It's very useful. So go ahead and screenshot that and gather the blocks you need in order to build this house. But now let's get to building. Now the basic idea for these tutorials, I'm going to do the pillars first. We're going to have pillars, then I'm going to do walls, and then I'm going to do the roof on top of that once we get to that point. So to start it off, pick a point and do a 3 high log pillar. Then leave a 3 block gap and make another one in between there, and a final 4th one, all 3 apart. These pillars are only 3 high. Very easy to gather materials. It's your starter house. It should be buildable within the first couple days. Now we're going to leave a 6 block gap going backwards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and place another 3 high pillar. And then you're going to reflect that same pattern up front on the back here. It's symmetrical in that way. There's a little bit of difference in the roof, but we'll fix that up once the time comes. So there we go. That's all plugged in. Next, I want to get the walls in. We're going to do oak walls all the way across. We're going to make this shape with a upside down stair and a window in between. We're going to do that on each of the 3 back sides. Well, we're actually going to section them off, and I'll show you in just 1 minute. If we plug this one in, so this front face is level, we're actually going to put one right here and here on these back corners. Same style, same design, but we're actually going to separate and put a door out on this quadrant right here. So we'll have door, door, and then window, 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 and window plugged right here, which gives us plenty of window space to walk around and live in. But now for the front door segment, I'm going to take this shape up right here and leave room for a door. I'm going to put upside down stairs once again to have that depth, and then put a stone slab underneath for the actual door. Now the door is going to be spruce. We're going to fly through and plug that in right here, walk back out, and then plug a window up top above the door with 3 oak planks plugged right there. And that'll fit up with the roof once we add it in. Now I'm going to come to this back side and add this door. So we're going to take up a similar shape. We won't need the window on top of it. So we're just going to have those 2 sides, the stairs upside down, stone slabs below them, and another door out back so that we can walk through and have a little bit of front and, if I can get out the door, front and back exits for our house. Finally, for the walls, we just need our 2 end caps. Go ahead and take a oak log pillar all the way across, which is going to cut across and intersect once we actually have the roof in. And then we're going to take 2 windows right across right here. Pretty sure it just got a little leg spike. Did that show up on camera? But then put our upside down stairs for the windows and add those in the glass, and then take up the roof to match up with the actual shape of the roof, and it's going to extend up to here. And to be honest, it may even line up more like this. We can edit that once we get to the actual roof. That's why I want to separate the roof from the walls, just because it's easier to actually build up those shapes. But you can see I'm adding in this side with the same reflection as we just did. Put the stairs underneath and put the glass on the panes, and then extend our roof shape up to match up with the far side. And again, we might need to edit that once we put in the actual roof. But there we go. Pretty simple, right? Structures and walls are in place. So now, as we've been saying it, it's time to actually put in the roof. So I'm going to take this across and actually extend out, have it intersect on that corner, and take our stairs. We're going to do spruce to have some separation between the oak color scheme, and we're going to extend that all the way across and let it overhang on this side. So we have one overhang here, another overhang in the middle here, and of course reflecting overhang on this side. On this front face, it's just a matter of extending upside down stairs up and matching up with our shape, which is again going to be centered on 1 block. So we're actually going to do an upside down stair right in the middle there and slabs extending across. So that's that front section. As we come back up, we're just going to ladder up with the stairs up into the front section of the roof. Now as we come across, we're going to do this aspect of the roof, and then we're pretty much set with the building. I'm going to do one more set of stairs right here, and then I'm actually going to do slabs on top of that. So it's going to come right across, and that's why we had a little bit of difference in that roof shape up top right here. But it's going to go slab, and then it's going to have an upside down slab for this section right here to match up with the shape, and then a middle piece right here. So that's the center, and that's the roof shape. And that's why we had these solid oak blocks, which will in turn actually be our spruce coming across. And that leaves the oak blocks fitted in right there. So a little bit of adjustment, but not too much. Now it's just a matter of reflecting that same detail onto this side. And we're going to edit up a little bit, and I should add those upside down stairs. Don't forget those. And then we're going to add a little bit of a unique detail on this back middle section right here to vary up the roof so it's not all square and flat. So drag that spruce across until you get one in front of that oak log, and then turn, make a little indent that overhangs in front of those logs, turns back in, and lines back up into our roof section, wait for it, right here. Again, this section is just necessary to break it up so it's not one flat line. So to continue that across, we'll just take this line and then we'll filter back in and segment it across all the way. As you can see, you'll see one moment. You can see we're just going to follow that pattern up, and we're going to actually come to this final part right here where we just need 3 slabs to really fill the gap. But there you go. That shape extends out. And then, of course, you just got to finish up your roof design. So again, I'm going to add in these stairs upside down, and then add our slab right here. And you can see if you need this clean pattern, back on this front side, we got stairs, and then we got slabs extending up, and then slabs extending up into the middle right here for the middle section. And now that you have the roof design, it's just a matter of filling it in all spots and matching it up. But that's the roof we're going for this small survival house. Gives it a little bit of detail, and it's pretty simple to make. So flying across, we need this backside over here lining up, and then we'll finish it up with the middle section right here. Now we're going to add some different textures and details onto the roof to make it look a little bit better, so it's not all just spruce wood, and that'll add to this small survival house. It doesn't look too bad in my opinion flat, but I think it will look better with the oak texture mixed in. And then after that, it's time to grab the exterior details back out here and the interior that we'll see up front. But something else you might notice, which I just noticed, go ahead and take some oak logs right across and oak planks right in the middle there, just to segment that up because we have that taller section. Add that in. Before we move forward, go ahead and plug in those varying different breaking textures of oak throughout the ceiling, roof to break it up and give it some more texture. The spots are not too specific, but you can copy what I did if you're interested in doing so. It's just about finding the right balance and getting it all set in that way. So we did that back side, and it's time to add a little bit on this front side as well, just to break up those textures, which makes it look sharp in the end. Much better. Now flying back around, it's time to add in those farm details that you saw in the overview. They're very useful. 1, 2, 3, 4 fence posts out, and then we're gonna gap them up on these logs right across right here. You'll notice I put that oak under there. I just wanted that little bit of extra detail. I would recommend doing it. Kind of breaks it up in that way. Then we can extend the fence across and actually take out 3 of those and put in fence gates. So you can enter from this side where you're coming out the door, walking into your farms, but also coming from that side if you just need some room once we put the chickens in. Chickens are going here. Wheat is going in the middle right here. So we're going to cut that out, and I'm actually going to get a water bucket and plug that in the middle right there. So we're going to have to take those right back. Plug in some wheat just so you have a little bit of wheat farm that looks good on the house and adds to your needs. And you can go ahead and throw a lily pad there too, so you can walk across and pick up that wheat. Obviously, I have creative mode chickens to plug in here, but you would have to bring some chickens in to your chicken farm, get some eggs, and lay them across. And if you have any runners, you know what to do with them. Let him live. He's free. That's up to you. But I'm gonna put some torches on those 2 corners just to get some lights. Of course, you can spread some torches out throughout this area and next to the path that we'll add in. By now you know my path style, just spread out and broken up as we move across. There's no direct one way to do this, just kind of space it out and move it out from the actual entrance. We're gonna come back to the front of the house and actually add in our path out front, which is gonna be a little bit more structured, and we're actually gonna add some oak logs just to have it spread in. I need that stone slab so that we can make a 2 gap right here. I actually have a path because we're here on Crafty Island, so there's an actual path leading, you know, across into the house. But you could just have this path break off once it's necessary. So I'm gonna plug that right there and add in an oak log, another one on the ground, and another one right here, just to give it some cool detail. I'll add a grass block right here, and we'll add plenty more around the surrounding environment to clean it up and finish it up. But I'm also gonna put some glowstone that you can get later on, or put a torch under there, or hide a torch in the bushes. I know it's a starter house, so you might not have glowstone right away. But plug in some bushes around there, just makes it look better. And don't do it like this where there's that 2 flat wall, that's better. Or even take it out like that, that's better. And then you can put some grass in here. You know, bushes like this is kind of subjective. But if you need a specific way to do it, go ahead, just screenshot and copy it in that way. Now another fun detail I'm gonna add in is just some logs out the back over here. Looks like we're holding up some logs, so we put this in, then we can extend some rails out the back, so it, you know, just looks like we got some logs next to it. And then with grass intermixed in, just looks cool. So, you know, it's a little detail to add in. More grass, of course, that's how we do it. Cycling across to this side where we'll add a little simple bush detail, not as large as that other one, just to balance it out. And then we can add some more bushes on this side. Just gonna do a very simple, you know, wrapping around in this way. And on this one, I'll add a torch in. And I'm also going to put a log back on this corner right here. That way we can just mix up some very simple but easy details to tie in with the rest of the build. This creates more of an environment. And with the grass plugged in, it makes your house, your simple survival house, cut out that flower, a lot better. Especially when the grass wraps all the way out back here. And a little bit inside over here. Not that one. There we go. Now it's all set. Both sides looking sharp. A nice survival house to live in. With one more grass right there. But now finally it's time to roll into the interior where there's tons of different details we can add. Of course, a majority of them we're going to want survival friendly. We got some chicken heads. Oh no, oh boy. Try and get a furnace in if you can. Oh no, get back. Okay, there you go. Put a furnace there. These chickens those ones aren't going to make it. But as for the floor, you'll probably want to set in first. I'm going to do stone slabs for the entrances right across. Oh my gosh, there's more chickens. How did they even get over here? What is going on? What the... Oh man, okay, don't do all this chaos. You might want to add in the chickens last. Maybe add in the chickens last. Now we know at least. Now we know. So we have those stone slabs, and I'm gonna do spruce for the underneath floor right here. And then I'll show you the interior I come up with in just a moment. But it wouldn't be effective to rotate through all the different blocks that you have to pull out and grab. So I'll just build it real quick and then show you the result. Otherwise, it'll just be slow and ineffective. But prior to that, we want to clean up the actual structure of the interior, which I want to walk you through. And one of the things we're going to do is add in those log pillars all the way across, right over top of this window and over top of this window right here. So that's going to come across. It's going to add, first off, a good detail, and it's going to clean up some of those issues we have. Then we're going to come across with some spruce stairs upside down right here. Drag those all the way across, one line on top and one line right there. And then you could either leave some of the holes you'll get for the oak slabs alone, or you could add in some more planks up top. just to kind of break it up with them, make the roof a little bit more broken in that way. And then you can add oak into the walls so that it's seamless running into that ceiling. And there you go. It's nice and clean, and you can now work with the interior. And there we go. As I mentioned, the full interior is now built up. Again, I will walk you through each detail that is placed in and why, but I think that's more effective than actually building it on screen. So we have our foyer entrance, some picture frames to break up that wall, tripwire hook for your coat hanger, of course, and then we had to integrate in our survival needs into, a kind of well-established interior. So I got a crafting table on the right side right here, furnace right here, a little bit of storage and dispenser, just in case you want to use your fridge and put some food in there. We have a brewing stand next to the water sink that's right next to the windows, as it should be, and it's just a little table with a pot and some different, little details to break it up and make it look good. There's also the andesite right there to specify the kitchen area, makes it look good for the interior itself, and an anvil up top, which you may need. Now I'm coming back across, we got plenty of chest space on the corners there, and one thing I forgot to mention in the structure is to put those upside down stairs on each of those log posts. They're necessary, and you can still open that chest, invisible block up top. But that looks good, and then you just got a little chair, some more details that fill in the rest of the environment out to your back door, which you can walk out and go to your different farms right across. So that's all set and looking good. Hopefully that was a good way to run through the interior, which I think looks really good, and I would recommend you build alongside this house if you are going to build it. But other than that, that's it for the tutorial. We've covered all of the house. We can walk back outside to the exterior to wrap it up, take a final look at our survival house, and of course if you're playing and living in it, then you'll have more looks to have. More looks to have? Does that make sense? Regardless, the small survival house is set and hopefully it was easy to follow and you now have it plugged into your survival world. Or if you're not building along, hopefully you got some additional ideas for your own survival build. But yes, that's it for this house in this tutorial. There will be plenty more houses and tutorials to come. In this similar style, tons more of them. Hopefully you're excited. If you did enjoy this style of video, please make sure to leave a like because that helps me actually know you enjoyed it. And subscribe to the KyleKraft channel if you're not already for more of these videos to come. If you're already subscribed, then awesome. Yeah, more videos to come regardless. So see you soon. But that's it for this one. Thanks for coming.